My name is David Toombs. I'm a recently approved licensed local pastor in the Methodist Church. I want to thank you for joining this Micah devotional. I serve and worship at Cokesbury United Methodist Church in Margate, Florida. I want to tell you a little bit about my candidacy process. It was 2.5 years, and that is a very long interview process. What I found out very early on is that they really wanted to know me. I mean, really wanted to know the details of me. They wanted to get to know my heart. Now, while it's important that they understood, my psychological evaluation, my theology, how and when I serve, how much I give, all of that came into play. But the most important thing is that they began to know who David was and where my heart stood. And so I want us to look at another David, King David, in Psalm 139, to see how David declares how God knows him. We're only going to read verses 1 through 3 of Psalm 139. And I encourage you to read the rest of it so that you can understand the depths of which God knows you. So verse 1 of Psalm 139. You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You are familiar with all of my ways. So here David describes how God knows kind of the daily processes in his life. You know, the very moment he sits or when he rises or maybe when he goes to work or brushes his teeth or you name it, God is aware of David's daily circumstances. So we might be a little bit disconcerted, as I was in part of this process, that an organization, much less God, would know us in such detail. Because after all, there's certainly for me there were things that I was, there's things in my life I'm not real proud of and maybe embarrassed of, and not want others to know, and certainly not God. But let's be realistic. God knows us in detail. I mean, after all, the creator of the universe not only created David, not only created me, he created you. And much like you may know the details of a painting that you painted, or a music that you wrote, or even the instrument you play on, God knows us in the very same way, in detail. And nothing occurs in our life without his knowledge. Isn't that amazing? God of the universe knows us. And we, above all things, he desires us to be in relationship with him. That may we go through life knowing to learn about him, to understand him and love him, and constantly call on him to be in the details of our life, to console us, to be with us in sorrows and in joys. That is amazing. So listen, I just want to thank you for joining this Micah devotional. I pray that God would bless you